Hey guys, and welcome back to the second HellfireComms Disneython. Today is a Richie pick, and that means we're going to be seeing talking animals, beautiful animation, and possibly a Phil Collins song or two. Yes, it's not Tarzan. That may or may not have been done already. Today we are checking out the 2003 film Brother Bear. I've seen this one a couple of times. I remember tolerating it at the very least, so we're in for a lukewarm time. Everything you guys need to sync up is in the video description. As for Richie and I, we're just going to get right on with it. In 3, 2, 1. So Rich, why Brother Bear?
So it's a film that I believe it's a bit underrated. It's not perfect, not by a long shot, but it's just one of those films that just makes me feel all warm and fuzzy inside, and it's a bit of a guilty pleasure, really. So, I'm down with it.
Guilty pleasures, usually refer to stuff that's kind of cringy,
True.
doesn't really have a lot of popularity to it, or is outright bad. I wouldn't really call Brother Bear an outright bad film. I'd put it in the C tier of Disney films, though.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's probably because, in general, Brother Bear hasn't received the best reception in the world. And certainly, well, it was around the time where Disney was kind of starting to nosedive in quality a little bit.
Oh, right, the Treasure Planet, Chicken Little error.
Yeah.
Well, at the very least, it's no Home on the Range, which...
Well, that's very true.
I was so butthurt towards, I refused to include it in the marathon. We actually recorded a whole commentary for it, just discarded it, didn't like it.
Well, it's funny you should mention Home on the Range, because apparently Brother Bear was originally slated for a spring 2004 release, while Home on the Range was scheduled for 2003 release.
Okay.
However, Disney announced that Brother Bear would be released in fall 2003, so autumn, while Home on the Range was pushed back for a spring 2004 release. Apparently, contrary to speculation, news writer Jim Hill stated the release date switch was not because Home on the Range was suffering from story rewrites, but to promote Brother Bear on the Platinum edition of The Lion King.
Fair enough.
Things did change a little bit from there, but ultimately, obviously, Brother Bear came out first.
Now, as a stupid white person, and I'm clarifying my ethnicity explicitly before I talk about my confusion with the film to begin with, I thought it was a bit redundant, was Brother Bear, at first, because I thought it was a little bit too similar to Pocahontas, what with,
Yes.
all the spirits and whatnot. This film is set in, I think, post-Ice Age, North America, is that right?
Yeah, so it's dealing with, Inuit culture, basically.
As opposed to just, Native Americans.
Yes, so it is a very different culture. They're similar, but they work in very different ways. One thing that you may have noticed is Brother Bear's aspect ratio. Because for a film released in this era, you're pretty much looking at what is almost a 4:3 screen. It's not quite 4:3.
Well, the version we're watching was terribly encoded. I hope someone out there fixes it up with a better copy.
Oh, I know. I mean, the thing is I would be watching on my DVD or my Blu-ray or whatever the hell it is that I have.
Okay, put the burden of blame on me or whatever. Oh, Tom, you can't watch with Blu-ray and surround sound and everything. That's exactly what you sound like.
It begins at a standard widescreen aspect ratio of 1.75 to 1. Which is very similar to the 1.85 to 1 ratio which is common in US cinema, or the 1.78 to 1 ratio of HDTV. But it is going to change quite dramatically. Obviously, in terms of home video, the effect isn't quite so impressive, because you're watching it and you're just like, wait, why am I watching a film that's squished?
What is this, VHS?
Yeah. But obviously, if you're watching this in a cinema, as I think I might have done, to be fair, the second that the aspect ratio changes, it's just like mind-blowing. It's an element of film that I'm quite fascinated by. There's not very many films that play around with their aspect ratio. But when they do, it can either be really effective, or not quite as effective as you'd like. I mean, a good example is Life of Pi.
Uh-huh.
Because that has two moments where it messes with the aspect ratio. One which has got fish kind of flying out of the aspect ratio screen.
Ah, that's cool.
So, like, you get black bars and the fish kind of fly out of that. It's a weird effect. And then there's another one where they basically had a vertical aspect ratio for a shot, which was intended to match the actual book cover of Life of Pi. So that was very clever, but I don't think it was necessarily as effective as it could have been. It was just a bit weird.
Yeah, well, we've talked about the technical aspect of, like, you know, the aspect ratio. Is it done for any kind of, like, story reason?
So the main reason that it is done is to create a stark contrast between the two sections of Brother Bear.
Okay, well, we could discuss that, but it would give away a pivotal plot point, so... A lot of you have probably already seen the movie, but I don't kind of want to spoil it for anyone going in blind, you know?
Yeah, I mean, you can probably gather it from the poster of the film alone, but we will leave it for the time being.
Okay.
So yes, we got a whole thing about totems, and it's a cool little thing. It's all about symbolism and what things relate to other things. And I'm always quite a fan of symbology.
Yep, symbology. Cool practice. Aren't there totems in Native American mythology as well?
I think so, yes.
Totem poles.
Yes. If you give me 1 second, I might actually be able to find the source of
It's
totems.
okay, sometimes you can just let it lie, Rich.
But it's interesting stuff.
That's the educationist coming out, you.
So the term totem is Ojibwe, which is North American. So it's a specific bit towards the north. It kind of crosses North America and Canada.
Okay, what is a totem?
Essentially, it's a spirit being, sacred object, or symbol that serves as an emblem of a group of people, such as a family, clan, lineage, or tribe. So, it's all about guardian spirits and all that jazz.
There we go. Grandma's saying it exactly.
And I have to say, I like Grandma's character. She's cool.
She's pretty cool. Granny Willow in Pocahontas was pretty fun as well.
Oh, hell yeah.
God, there's so many parallels despite not being like the same ethnicity. It's kind of odd.
I know. I mean, I think... If I recall correctly, the Nostalgia Critic, in his Disneycember review of Brother Bear, said that he was fascinated by the start of Brother Bear because he said it seemed like Pocahontas, but doing it right.
Yes, yeah.
Because obviously Pocahontas is a very white retelling of the story.
Well, for starters, Pocahontas was a child, and John Smith was not as pretty as he was portrayed in the film.
Yes.
Fucking stupid love totem getting all the crappy powers over here.
So yeah, this is a very grounded telling of, or at least representation of, Inuit culture. And I think it's pretty sensitive to the issues. So I think that's quite good. It's just, obviously what happens is when most people seem to think it goes off the edge a little bit.
I ain't going to put my hand on this wall. This is a bit of a weird tradition, Granny, but I'm just going to go with it.
Well, I mean, cave painting-y type stuff. It's all good. But yes, do you want to go over some of the voice actors?
Oh, please do, mate. You know, I love me some voice acting trivia.
So, Kenai, who is our hero here, is voiced by Joaquin Phoenix. Or Joaquin Phoenix. I can never remember how to pronounce his name.
It starts with a J, doesn't it?
Yeah, but it's pronounced like Joaquin Phoenix.
Oh, these fucking actors with their secret names.
I know. So, I mean, you should probably recognise him. He's quite a famous actor.
Mm.
I mean, he's been in things like Her, recently Inherent Vice, Signs, Buffalo Soldiers, Walk the Line, all sorts of things.
Etc., etc., yes. Who else, mate? Who else is in Brother Bear?
You have Rick Moranis.
Oh, okay.
Who everyone should recognise as the awesome guy in Little Shop of Horrors, Spaceballs, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, Ghostbusters. Yeah, Rick Moranis is glorious.
We actually did Honey, I Shrunk the Kids in the previous Disneython.
Yes, and what's actually quite interesting is that even though he didn't do a live-action film since 1997, he did do voice work for some films, including Brother Bear. Although we're not going to see Rick Moranis' character for quite a while. The same can be said of Dave Thomas, who is best known for portraying Doug Mackenzie on SCTV, as well as being in the film Strange Brew.
Okay.
I've never heard of these things. You have Jason Reyes as Kenai's, like, it's his elder brother, but it's the middle brother of the three, and that is Denahi. So he was best known for his roles as the adult Simba in the Broadway stage musical version of The Lion King.
Oh, nice.
But what's really sad is that it was his first and only film role before his death in 2004.
Oh, that went from like, oh, he didn't work in film anymore to just straight up depressing.
I know. Then you have D.B. Sweeney as Sitka, who's the eldest brother of the three.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see if I can recognise anything that people might recognise him from. Not really. I mean, he's Bernie in Taken 2. Oh! He's the voice of Aang in The Legend of Korra.
Huh. Oh, adult Aang. Nice.
Yes. He's Richard Davis in Hawaii Five-0, but I think that's just one episode. It's mostly like TV from the looks of things.
Mm-hmm.
But that's fair enough. You have Joan Copeland as Tanana, who's the shaman grandma. And she's obviously had a long and illustrious career, I think mostly on stage. She's best known for her performances in the 1977 Broadway revival of Pal Joey, and her award-winning performance in the 1981 play The American Clock.
Nice, nice.
She's also been on many soaps, and she was Andrea Whiting on Search for Tomorrow, and Gwendolyn Lord Abbott on One Life to Live.
Okay, I think I'll do it for voice trivia for now. We can bring up some more as we go along.
Yeah, well, I mean, pretty much, after that point, it's all characters that we are yet to meet. So...
Oh, wow. That bear doesn't know what the fuck.
Typical Disney trope. Bye, Sitka.
Well, there's no father around, so the eldest brother's gotta bite the bullet. See ya, bitch! Oh, Jesus, what a world! And here I thought we were gonna go one film without a relative being offed.
This is Disney, what are you thinking, mate?
Oh, but the bear survived. That's the cruel tragedy of the scene, you see. They didn't expect the viewers to see that.
No.
I love being flippant about movie tropes.
It is sort of... Well, Brother Bear is a film that likes to flip tropes on its head.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, obviously in this instance we've got Sitka perishing, rather sadly and tragically, and the bear surviving. Because normally what would happen is, like, both would die.
Oh, yeah.
And it would be a valiant sacrifice. Whereas as it is, Sitka's death was in vain.
Yeah, just died for nothing.
Exactly, because Kenai was a dick. I mean, that's pretty much the summary of the film. Kenai is a dick.
Yeah. Kenai gets humbled.
Yes.
Nice look into the culture here. I assume this is how they do funeral rites.
I would assume so too, especially when there's not a body to deal with. But also, like, funeral pyres are a very typical thing across a lot of cultures.
Well, the Northern Lights.
Oh, I love the Aurora Borealis.
Be cool to see it up close.
Oh, I know. One day I really would like to go somewhere where it's visible.
Yeah, we gotta do it basically, we gotta do a commentary in the Arctic.
Well, you don't have to go to the Arctic, because you could just go to, some northern bits of Norway. You can even you can even see them if you go very, very far north in Scotland.
Uh-huh.
It just depends on the time of year and magnets and all sorts.
Uh-huh. Well, going, far north in Scotland doesn't have the same allure as, say, Greenland or the Arctic.
Exactly.
So Kenai is now filled with a lust for revenge, and his brother's like, nah, man, don't want to lose you. Stop being stupid. I forget, what was his brother's totem?
His brother's totem was wisdom, I believe.
And that comes in the shape of what animal?
I can't remember because I wasn't really looking.
I know the eldest brother's was the eagle.
Yes, the eldest brother's was definitely the eagle of guidance. Denahi's is the wolf of wisdom.
Nice. What would your totem be?
I suppose it'd either be the wolf of wisdom or the bear of love.
The tortoise of compromise. Oh, 'cause in my line of work, you've got to be prepared to compromise a lot when it comes to schedules and the like.
Yeah, but hey, that's life. What are you gonna do about it?
I'm dead. Can I just relax in heaven for a few days before you stop pointing me into Mufasa work?
Well, no, he needs to do his Mufasa work.
Remember who you are. It's like you've been dead 2 days. Can you, get down off your high horse, please?
Well, no, really what Sitka needs to do is just, come down and just be like, yo, Kenai, stop being a dick. It was your recklessness that caused me to die, you prat.
Oh. Well, will Kenai take that seriously, or would he just go back hunting for the bear, do you think?
He'd probably just go hunting for the bear, because he's very, very, very angry young man.
Also, we haven't really talked about the environments so far. Really nice. I mean, it's very lukewarm praise of the art direction and whatnot, but the mini glaciers, the waterfalls, the fresh, lush, unspoiled landscape. It's really nice, actually.
Oh, definitely. And also, it's a very interesting colour palette, because it's, for the most part, a very realistic colour palette.
Yeah, it's not muted, it's just, as you say, a bit more realistic.
Yeah, I mean, it's more muted in comparison to most Disney films, but obviously most Disney films are so colourful to the point of being fantastical.
It's like, oh Jesus, my eyes, my poor retinas.
But obviously Brother Bear takes a much more realistic colour palette. And also, ever so slightly a more realistic art style.
Well, we're talking proportions-wise here.
Yeah. And I mean, if you look at the bear, obviously it's a very realistic animal-y bear.
Yeah, no rare boggly eyes here.
Exactly.
Well, not yet anyway.
Yeah.
Is this just a ghost bear? Am I chasing a phantasm right now?
Well, no, he's chasing a bear that is desperately trying to get away from him. Wouldn't you run away from a guy chasing you with a massive pointy stick?
I'd have to be outside my house to begin with. It'd be kind of weird if he got in without me knowing.
True. But then if there was a guy with a massive pointy stick in your house, I'm sure you'd be able to get out.
Well, depends on how close he is to my bedroom door, I guess. Oh, is another brother gonna die?
Well, at the rate this is going, yeah.
Like, everyone will be dead by the time, like, the half-hour mark rolls around.
I know, we're not even 20 minutes into the film and we're already potentially seeing the death of another brother. Won't really be much of a film then, will there?
No, just call it Bear, because there's no brothers left. Silly wild animals, always running headlong into spears.
Have to, I do really like that moment. It's one of those building up and then the climax happened and then all of a sudden just silence. And also about to get what is probably one of my favourite scenes in the film.
I thought you were going to say one of your favourite Disney moments there, but yeah, this scene's pretty cool.
Well, I mean, it is probably one of my favourite Disney moments as well. Largely in part due to the soundtrack.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I mean, I'm pretty sure that this song... So it's Transformation, and it's sung by the Bulgarian Women's Choir. And it's just a very powerful moment.
So we're allowed to believe that this is Sitka doing this, right?
Yes.
Man. He must have been really pissed about having to die for a bear who didn't even die with him. This is his idea of A, revenge, B, teaching Kenai a lesson.
I mean, just look at that and listen to this and just... Oh! I think my only criticism is that the aspect ratio change didn't happen here. Like, I think had the second he hit that massive pillar of light...
Oh, and the explosion time of the music and the...
Yeah, if that had opened the aspect ratio out, I think that would have been, like, spectacular.
Expand movie indeed.
I mean, I think... The film that I'm thinking of at the minute is, I'm pretty sure it was Oz the Great and the Powerful. I'm pretty sure that did a...
Yes, yeah, I know exactly the moment you're talking about, yeah.
Yeah, and then as soon as he enters Oz, it suddenly bursts into full screen. So it's a very effective technique.
Oh, here we go.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't like it, Totem? Well, let's see if you like it now, because you're a bear.
And a very adorable bear at that.
He's kawaii as fuck, mate. His brother's not going to be happy when he gets up there and sees -1 Kenai and +1 bear.
Yeah, pretty much.
So you can probably tell where the plot goes from here. Brother Bear, there's a twist or two here, but for the most part it's a very, straightforward plot.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, I don't look for plot twists in all of the movies I enjoy. And for the most part, it does its job as a story effectively enough, but if you're the type of viewer who needs everything to be super complicated, you're probably not going to enjoy Brother Bear.
Pretty much, yes. Yeah, I'm sorry. Kenai's dead at this point.
Yeah, he should have been killed instantly. In fact, I would say it's a discredit to the movie, the writers, and everyone involved that he didn't split his head open on the rocks.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose turned into a bear, so got maybe a slightly harder head.
Uh-huh.
But even that's not gonna help him survive that. He very dead.
My brother's spear. This is all I have to remember him by.
Well, we'll also have a bit of his clothing and a boot.
Well, I'll make a new Kenai. Get him a new totem and everything. I'll dedicate my life to wiping out every single bear in the Northern Hemisphere.
Yeah, because that's going to go down well, isn't it?
That'll teach him. Sitka's like, no, you idiot, that's not the lesson I was trying to impart.
Exactly.
Do not murder bears. Lest you become the bear.
Oh, wouldn't that be an interesting one? Denahi tries to kill Kenai and then turns into a bear himself. Also,
whoa, Jesus.
Yep.
That was amazing.
I know.
God, that pops so much, especially with all the redwoods and whatnot.
Uh-huh. So, obviously, this is the shift of the aspect ratio. So, we have gone from that, give me 1 second, it was like 178 or whatever.
Uh-huh.
175 to 1 to an anamorphic aspect ratio of 2.35 to 1. And obviously we now have brighter colours, more caricatured art direction.
Traditional Disney.
Yes. And Brother Bear is the first feature since The Horse Whisperer to do a widescreen shift. And it was the only animated feature to do this trick until the Simpsons movie. And also actually Enchanted. And actually thinking about it, yes, Enchanted begins typically 4x3. And then as soon as she goes through the down the well, when all that magic's happening, the aspect ratio changes and widens out.
Nice.
So, it's a wonderful little film technique. But this is where most people think the film begins to take a nosedive in quality.
Really? Only 26 minutes in?
Well, it's basically because it goes from a quite serious, quite mature narrative, which seems like it has great prospects, really.
Yeah,
it seems like it could go in a really interesting way. And then it just turns into your typical Disney film. Which, I mean, I'm totally fine with. I do find this all quite endearing. But I certainly see where people have narrative issues with the way it all goes. But also, this main chunk of the movie is very comic in tone. And so that's slightly dissonant with the serious stuff we had before. And it's just a case of, was this the right thing to do? I don't know. But I enjoy the film for what it is, and that's all that matters to me, really.
Even the probably most serious Disney film that I can think of, Hunchback, had the gargoyles for comic relief. Has there ever been a Disney film that's been serious in terms of tone all the way through?
I can't think of... I suppose Black Cauldron's probably the closest you're going to get to it.
Gurgi.
I mean, Gurgi is obviously comic relief, but he's weird comic relief. So even though he is comic relief, it's still a very dark tone.
I guess.
But yeah, I mean, it's a typical thing in stories anyway, because you need a bit of levity to make the serious moments have impact. I mean, when we are recording this commentary, obviously you're seeing it in December, but Kubo and the Two Strings was just released in cinemas, in the UK at least, and quite a lot of the film is about storytelling and the art of telling stories, and one of the things it brings up as an important point is that, right towards the start of the film, you need levity to make things hit. And also here we have the two mooses, or meese, or whatever, who are voiced by Rick Moranis, who is Rut, and Dave Thomas, who is Took.
How many films are you and I going to cover specifically in this marathon that feature talking animals exactly?
I don't know, but probably quite a lot. I mean, to be fair, it is quite a lot of Disney's catalogue.
True, yeah.
I mean, you look at pretty much everything outside of, the Disney princess films, you've got some form of talking animal.
And I'm not talking about, a Mickey Mouse kind of thing. I'm talking about just an actual animal that, talks like a human.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose even saying outside of the Disney princess films, you've got the mice in Cinderella. They all talk. We've got Chip in Enchanted, even though it's not technically a Disney princess film, but it is. Can't think of any others at the present moment, but there's just always talking animals. Disney love their talking animals.
Oh, are you forgetting about Finding Nemo?
Finding Nemo is Pixar. It may be Disney Pixar, but it is Pixar.
Okay. See, you're a lover of loopholes.
No, it's just that I'm really pedantic at times. Other times, not so much. But sometimes, yeah, I just like being a sod and just being really pedantic.
Oh, is the bear gonna get taken down by a smaller, more adorable bear? Wouldn't that be the ultimate irony? Okay, we have the sidekick character. Who is this, Richie?
So this is Coda, who is voiced by Jeremy Suarez, who is best known for his role as Jordan Tompkins on the Bernie Mac show, which is ran from 2001 to 2006. But then he has been in a variety of other things as well. He is the voice of Tippy in The Land Before Time 8, The Big Freeze.
I stopped watching after the second one, funnily enough.
I mean, that's totally fair. He actually voices one of the alien kids in Treasure Planet.
Huh, okay.
Which is obviously where Disney knew him from to bring him into for Brother Bear.
Uh-huh.
He's actually in the Angry Video Game Nerd, the movie, as Cooper Folly. And I think that his most recent film was as Nathaniel in The Fix.
What do you think of Coda, Richard?
I mean, I am really quite fond of Coda, largely because he's a cute little bear. I mean, that's not really a major reason to like a character who is intentionally irritating.
Well, he's the little brother character, isn't he?
But yeah, he's the little brother, and I think I just go, oh,
you little scamp, you're leading us into the hunter's path again. How adorable. God, look at that background.
I know, it's so pretty.
Even with this, art style shift, if you want to call it that, there's still some beautiful vistas and backgrounds and whatever artistic, artsy-fartsy terms you want to bring in.
Oh, hell yes. And I mean, the whole part of it is that it's beautiful because it's brighter and much more vivid. So it's a different type of beauty.
Isn't Coda a type of bear?
I don't actually know. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, I just recall the word coda being used in association with bears once.
I mean, it might be more in relation to the film.
Or, location or region, maybe.
Yeah, so, there is there's a thing called a coda, which is, Eritea acuminata, which is a tree from China, Japan, New Guinea and Australia.
Probably not that, then.
There's a radio station licensed to Houston, Texas, United States.
Mm-hmm.
There's a collecting society of songwriters, composers and music publishers in Denmark.
Definitely not that.
It's an acronym sometimes used to refer to a child of deaf adult under the age of 18.
Okay.
There's Coda Station, there's 3 stations in Japan with that name. There's the Coda language, which is spoken in India and Bangladesh, and then there's also Coda, the blue Dino Charge Ranger from Power Rangers Dino Charge.
Okay, well, nothing to do with bears, then.
Yeah.
God, I don't know how I got that mixed up, then.
It's probably just the character in the film. I've always, really liked the name Coda.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when I was writing my novel, originally...
Oh no, Richie.
What? I originally called my hero character Coda just because I really liked the name. There was something about it that worked.
You didn't name him after this Coda, did you?
I mean, that is where I got the name from. But it was more just I liked the name and I liked how it sounded and what it meant. And it just worked at the time, and then I have decided to change that.
Oh, okay.
because obviously I've grown up.
And now he's called Simba.
No, now he's called Hideki.
Do you follow Kamiya on Twitter by any chance?
Of course I follow Kamiya on Twitter. Why would I not?
You giant platinum weeb, I swear to God.
I mean, the main reason that I've gone with Hideki is because of what it means and how that relates to the narrative and all that sort of.
Okay, well, we're not here to plug your novel. So, my opinion of Coda, I'm not really a fan of tag-alongs in films unless they explicitly contribute to the plot in some way. And apart from kicking off a certain plot device, he's just kind of there, I don't know, to appeal to kids. Maybe his relationship to Kenai is sweet, particularly towards the end of the film. Also in the sequel, because there's a Brother Bear 2.
Of course there is.
I guess we'll talk about that later, just to have something to talk about. But for the first couple of thirds of the movie, not fun.
Yeah, I mean, that is fair enough. I mean, he is very intentionally irritating. He's constantly badgering. He's constantly not taking things seriously. And yeah, I get that. I totally get that. But then, if you think about it, he is the little brother.
Yeah, very
in
much.
this situation, and that is generally how little brothers are. I say, having never had a little brother.
Well, you were the little brother, weren't you?
I was the little brother, so, I mean, I suppose that's probably why I relate to Coda.
Well, I'm an only child, so fuck him. Sorry, I didn't actually mean to be that harsh. The words tumbled out of my mouth before I could stop myself.
Well, it's fine, Tom. You do have a little brother now because you have me.
What the fuck, Richard? That's so not Crash.
It's true. But, I mean, I suppose I am the one constantly badgering you about things. So.
Well, you do it out of love, so whatever. Alright, now back to our comic relief, because we didn't have enough already.
Oh, something I feel I should bring up at this point is that, our wonderful moose is here, who I keep forgetting the names of, Ruttentook. They actually do the director's commentary.
Nice!
On the DVD.
Oh, I love director's commentary in films and whatnot. That's actually what got me into doing HFC in the first place.
Ah. But, yeah, it's so funny. It's so bad, but it's so funny.
I love when animated characters do their stuff in character. You see it a lot, or hear it a lot, I should say, on the Futurama DVDs.
I mean, in a way, it's like when they did The Lion King 1.5.
Oh, yeah.
Because, I mean, essentially that was a director's commentary,
but
of the film as it was happening.
Yeah, not a bad movie, actually.
No, it was good. Yeah, I mean, it's nowhere near the quality of The Lion King 1 or The Lion King 2.
Yeah, it's easily the weakest of the films, but still, by Lion King standards, it's not bad. Yeah, the crux of the plot now is we've got to get to the mountain before the lights in the sky hit it, so hopefully Kenai can be turned back into a disgusting primate instead of the glorious lustrous bear form he's in now.
Which is probably where this film does start to suffer, because it's basically just can they get to the mountain?
Are you a fan of Lord of the Rings, Richie?
I mean, I do like my Lord of the Rings. I do like a good quest or a good travel narrative.
But it all depends on what occurs along the way, isn't it?
Yeah, and I mean, pretty much the entire principle of Brother Bear's journey, it's just a lot of things that get in the way of them getting to where they need to be.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I mean, it's the way narratives generally work when you're going on a journey. But there's just something, it's all pointless diversions. It's not like there's any real progress made in terms of character or any really poignant moments in the journey.
It's not like a Goofy movie where they were secretly travelling to, the Powerline concert because Max changed the map, and they had fun antics and whatnot. It's just Coda being Coda for the most part.
Pretty much. That said, I love this song.
It's not bad.
Hello, Phil Collins.
Ah, yes, the second Disney film I ever heard Phil Collins singing. The first being, Richie?
Tarzan.
Oh, of course.
So, I mean, basically, I'm just going to read pretty much word for word from Wikipedia here.
Uh-huh.
Because why not? It's going to be pretty accurate. So, following the success of the Tarzan soundtrack, Phil Collins was offered the opportunity to compose songs for Brother Bear, as well as let him co-write the score.
Nice.
However, Collins explained slowly the bad news started to trickle down that I wouldn't be singing it all. It was a bit of a disappointment, because he usually writes songs that he sings himself.
Yeah.
So, while Collins composed 6 songs for the film, he shared vocal performance duties with Tina Turner, who had announced her retirement from touring and had not released an album since 24/7 in 1999, who had signed on to sing the opening song.
You gotta get in on that Disney money.
Well, of course. So that song is Great Spirits.
Yeah, it's okay.
I like Great Spirits. You also have the Blind Boys of Alabama and the Bulgarian Women's Choir, who performed the song Transformation.
Oh, yeah.
Collins' lyrics were translated into the Inuit Eskimo language for the performance, which was arranged by score co-composers Collins and Mark Mancina and vocal arranger Eddie Jobson. So, yeah. Now, the Blind Boys of Alabama don't perform in the Transformation song. They perform alongside Phil Collins and someone called Orrin Waters in Welcome, which is a song that we'll be hearing later on.
Let me ask you a question, Richie. Which film do you think has the better Phil Collins OST? This or Tarzan?
Tarzan.
By far.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very excited for when we record the commentary for Tarzan. I don't know whether it's that it's going to go up before or after Brother Bear in the grand scheme of things. It doesn't matter. But I remember when I got the Blu-ray for Tarzan not that long ago. It was like a couple of years ago now. And rewatched it, and I was just absolutely enamoured again with the soundtrack. And I mean, I'm going to say it then as well as I am going to say it now, but I was surprised by how good Tarzan actually was.
Yeah.
And, yeah, it's wonderful.
Oh yeah, Woolly Mammoth still exists at this point.
Well, yeah, because we're just post-Ice Age, so they've not died out yet. I mean, to be fair, I'd be quite happy for the Ice Age to die out. It's a film franchise that's been going for far too long.
I just got it. You're funny, Rich. God, look at that shot. Gorgeous. And just going back to Phil Collins for a second, though. He has a very distinct style, does Phil Collins, and
Oh, yes.
I could not forgive a person for a single second if they didn't like any of his work. But to me, all his work in Tarzan is brilliant. Like the vocal stuff he contributes to this film is decent, I guess, but not his best. But the best Phil Collins songs to me will be, I'm not sure if this is the actual name of the song, In the Air Tonight.
Yes.
You know, for any of you who have seen that Cadbury's advert, it's the gorilla on the drum set. It's like one of the best drops you'll ever hear. Been in the air tonight. Please don't give us copyright claims. And the other one was, it's like a duet with someone. Easy Lover.
Ah.
She's an easy lover, etc.
I think the one that I always remember is You Can't Hurry Love. Because it's just like, you can't hurry love, no, you'll just have to wait. Ta-da, love won't come easy.
That was him?
Yeah.
Huh. Wait, was that a cover? I'm sure that came before Phil Collins.
It might be a cover, I don't know, but his version of that, I'm quite fond of.
Fair enough, mate.
I mean, he's done many, many, many other songs.
Oh, we're having a poignant moment now, Richie, on this journey. You lied to me.
Oh, it's true, but it's just in a mammoth's tusks.
You have weird ways of grading poignant moments, mate.
I mean, it is lovely. But it just sort of happens as it goes.
What's the lesson Kenai's learning, anyway, to be a better brother?
I mean, essentially, it's learning the importance of love.
Yeah, I suppose so.
He's learning to be his totem, really.
Well, yeah, that was Sitka's humbling plan, yes. Man, if you thought road trips couldn't get any more boring.
I know. I mean, to be fair, this is basically what most people do when they're kids. And they're in the car and trying to keep themselves occupied, and it's just like, oh, I spy with my little eye something beginning with W.
Ah, it's the road. Ah, I see it really close up because I've been pushed out of the car for being so fucking annoying.
Tom, I said W.
No, I was doing my own version, mate.
I know, but I said I spy with my little eye something beginning with W. You've got to answer.
Okay, I don't know, what?
Wikipedia.
Oh, okay. That's all you're looking at for this movie commentary. Why can't you connect on an emotional level to this film?
I do! It's just that I need Wikipedia for my information.
You picked this fucker, you're the one leading it.
Well, I know, that's why I'm using Wikipedia to source all of my information.
Okay.
Apart from my opinions, obviously, because Wikipedia is not a place for opinions.
It'd be really weird if there were actually some of your opinions in Wikipedia, like a whole page of X Gamer Richie quotes.
I mean, that'd be nice, wouldn't it? But it's never gonna happen.
You're not famous enough.
No. Maybe one day. It's never gonna happen, but...
So why are these two getting a free ride again? They're not really contributing anything to this kind of... What's the word I could look for here? Caravan, maybe?
I don't know either, but either way, they can't get off now because they're useless.
Ah, that's mooses for you.
Yeah, I mean, their entire purpose is to be comedic Canadian mooses.
Odd profession, but you know.
I mean, essentially, it's just like... I mean, I suppose because the area that we're in does technically cross into Canada, so...
I was gonna say, it's either like bordering on it or they cross it at certain points.
Yeah, so... Like, I never actually thought about why they were Canadian.
Yeah.
That actually makes sense. Like, there is thought put into this film.
It's like he becomes a bear because it was his totem. Oh my god, it's like genius level poetry. Oh, we're gonna have a sad moment now. A poignant song.
We're not necessarily going to have a poignant song, but we're certainly going to have a poignant moment. Although, that said, it's a poignant moment which kind of hits you over the head with its poignancy.
Oh man. Continue grading in your own pretentious way, my friend.
Well, no, it's lovely. It's just... Sometimes you can make a point, and sometimes you can hammer it home a little too much. To the point where you're just like, yeah, I get your point. You can stop now. I mean, it's like, have you ever heard of Eternal Sonata?
Yes, that's the RPG that's set inside a composer's head, isn't it?
Yeah, set inside Chopin's head as he dies.
Ah, okay.
That game, let's just say it really, really enjoys bludgeoning you to death with its morals.
Oh, how very violent.
And just also the points that it's making. Like, it's so unsubtle about it. They basically explain stuff as they go along. So, it's possible to do things a little too much. This is pretty tame in comparison.
Man hates bear. Bear is literally a demon.
Yeah, but then, Coda's just like, look at the monster, isn't it scary with its stick?
Ah, So man was the real beast all along.
Exactly. Which obviously makes Kenai go,
Oh.
oh.
Yeah, if he had a show, he'd be tugging on the collar right about now.
Rams.
Alright, who are these two voiced by?
I don't actually know, it's not on Wikipedia.
It should be.
It should be. Give me a second, I'm going to go to the other source of
yes.
information news.
The Internet Movie Database.
Indeed. Although, to be fair, that's not always correct either.
Yeah, it's correct enough for now. Oh, I remember this joke. They start, like, yelling and it, like, reflects back. Or echoes back, I should say.
Yeah. So, Ram 1 is voiced by Paul Christie.
Uh-huh.
Who is the narrator of the Gold Rush TV series.
Never heard of it. Moving on.
Neither have I. He's Godfather in Max Payne 2, The Fall of Max Payne.
Okay.
And that's probably as much as we're going to get out of him. So, yeah, that's not helpful. But then Ram 2 is voiced by Danny Mastro Giorgio, who is Peter Kama in Show Me a Hero. He is a character called James Dillon in an episode of Elementary. He does various voices in Top Cat the movie. He's a character called Jerry in Enchanted.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's a lot of Enchanted callbacks in this commentary.
I know. He's a crazy dog in Underdog. He's a jail guard in The Producers.
Okay, I think that'll do it for now.
I think it will, yes. That didn't go very well, did it?
No, end on a Nathan Lane reference. There you go. Jesus. It's a bit on the nose. Damn environment, calm it down. That kind of reminds me of Simba learning to roar in The Lion King.
Oh yes, definitely.
Time to start running, oh jeez! Finally, some action. Oh my god, he's like growing a mustache.
Well, he's been running and travelling through the wilderness for what must be weeks at this point.
You know what that means? Like, some of the animals we've seen on our journey to this point, like the ones who Kenai and Coda travelled past, have probably been killed and eaten by Kenai's brother in order for him to survive.
Yeah, pretty much.
Disney! Family fun for everyone.
Well, I mean, it's just like the really, really dark Pokemon. I mean, have you guys seen Palo Sand?
Oh, right, the what the fuck?
The Sandcastle one.
Oh, right, yeah, sorry, for a second I was thinking of, like, the fucking salamander for some reason.
I mean, there is that one as well, but no, I was talking about Palo Sand, because obviously it's a massive sandcastle, which drags Pokemon into it.
Yeah, and they actually showed Pikachu, like, being eaten. The mascot of the franchise. Like, that's a bit ballsy.
I know! Do you know he's got some massive power behind him?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I don't think many people will be able to lift a log like that.
Well, he's using the power of revenge. He's fueled by the lust to kill.
Yeah, it's all that adrenaline pumping through his body.
Oh, he's sick gonna have to bear another bitch. Oh, the hurt in Kenai's bear-shaped eyes.
I know. And Tom, why did you have to make me think of that awful tweet by that lady on the news, on Sky News?
What do you mean?
I think it's Kay Burley? I think she did a tweet during, might have been Paris or the Boston bombings. It was some sort of really tragic event. And she posted a picture of a dog and said, "You can see the sadness in his eyes." And the internet roundly took the piss.
Well, wouldn't you? It's a bit of a stupid, pretentious statement.
Exactly.
Oh, there goes another brother. That you couldn't save, Kenai! Oh, it's okay, he's fine.
Yeah, well, I mean, the thing is he didn't hit any rocks on the way down, so he was less likely to die than Kenai was.
Yeah. So the lesson here is, if you're gonna fight a bear, do it in a location that's, like, near to a body of water, not like thousands of feet above it.
Yeah, just because you're more likely to survive at that point.
Oh, we're all killers inside, Coda. You'll see. One day, the lust for blood will come out in you as well.
I mean, that does bring up the important point of most of us are all carnivores at the end of the day. Well, we're omnivores.
Well, we're born with canines. The teeth,
Yeah.
not the dogs.
Yeah, so we're meant to eat meat at the end of the day. So, it's all good.
Also, according to one of the really old, like, Disney musical films that they put out, bears in heat slap each other to show affection.
Oh, that's cool.
It's okay, you're among fellow bears now.
Well, yeah, but Kenai still thinks he's not a bear.
Well, nice haircut. Okay, any familiar voices? Because I'm pretty sure I heard one back there.
I mean, there are quite a few.
Alright, let's get to them then.
Okay, bear with me a second, I need to get the full cast list up.
Bear with me. Yeah, just
That's
get on
for
with it,
myself.
Richard, come on.
Yeah, so we have Estelle Harris as Old Lady Bear, who you'll hear in a minute. I'm pretty sure she's the one who's going like about Edgar. She's Mrs. Potato Head. She's lovely. You've got Greg Proops as male Lover Bear, who's done stuff in Nightmare Before Christmas and various other things. He's also apparently the voice of Bob in the US version of Bob the Builder.
Isn't he a comedian?
Probably. You've got Paulie Perrette as female Lover Bear, who's known to millions as Abby Scuto in CBS's NCIS from 2003, and she's been in various other things as well. You've got Darko Caesar as foreign Croatian bear.
For some reason.
I know. Who's been in... Oh, so he's basically an animator.
Uh-huh.
And he's actually the animator for Coda. So that's him. And you've got Hope Levy as Valley Girl Bear.
For some reason.
For some reason, yes. She was the host of Bay Area TV show Just Kidding for Cron Channel, and she was apparently in the West Coast premiere of Les Mis as Eponine.
Nice.
And she'd done a few other things. And yeah, there's just a massive list of additional voices, so I think I'll be going for absolutely bloody forever if I was to try and go through all of these.
What song are we listening to here, mate?
So this is Welcome, which is sung by the Blind Boys of Alabama in this version. There is a bit which is either Phil Collins or Orrin Waters. I do quite like Welcome. It's a lovely song. It's weird because it's got the external perspective of a song, like it's outside of the world of the film. But then there's going to be a bit where we get Kenai's internal monologue.
Ah, okay.
In the song. So it's a bit of an odd moment, but I'm down with it. I'm fine.
You know what we haven't discussed yet? Other bears in the Disney canon. Are there any that immediately come to mind for you?
Well, I mean, Baloo and Little John.
Yep, technically the same character.
Technically the same character, yes. Let's see, are there any other bears?
I guess you could say Lotso in Toy Story 3.
Yeah. Although, once again, Pixar, not necessarily Disney. There aren't really any other bears, to be fair.
You don't need any more than Baloo. It's all good. This is Kenai singing now, right?
Yes.
Sounded like Jack Black for a minute. Oh, you don't listen to the D, do you, Richie?
No, I mean, I don't listen to the D, but I do know Jack Black. I was just listening to it for a second thinking, actually, yes, it does sound like Jack Black, but it is pretty sure Phil Collins. It's just because he's obviously singing in a higher pitch than he normally sings.
Mm-hmm. So I guess Joaquin Phoenix can't sing or didn't want to for this particular song?
I have no idea. It's probably because he wasn't asked. Because, I mean, it depends how they do films and songs and stuff. Because, I mean, sometimes, obviously, you have a situation where an actor or actress can't really sing, and, I mean, that's why quite a few of some of the Renaissance Disney films have actors who don't sing their own songs. I mean, a good example is Jasmine. Because Linda Larkin doesn't sing, it's Lea Salonga.
Who is also the singing voice of Mulan.
Yes. So, it's all varied. You never know what you're going to get. Disney have gotten much more certain about hiring actors that can sing.
Case in point, Frozen.
Yes, Frozen. They did it in Princess and the Frog. They did it in Tangled. Like, whenever they're doing a musical now, at least, they always try and get actors who can sing the songs as well. Largely because, at the end of the day, it just makes everything that little bit more cohesive.
Oh, yeah.
It's not obviously a massive problem, because half the time you can't actually tell. But people are much more savvy about that sort of stuff these days.
Yep. Same voice for Mrs. Potato Head.
Yep.
Kind of want to watch Toy Story 2 again, though.
That's fair enough. Toy Story 2 is a damn good film.
Oh yeah, the random rambling Croatian bear.
Yeah, because why not?
How far away from, North America is Croatia exactly? Did he just float on in here one day?
Well, he must have done, because obviously Croatia is in Europe. I say now thinking, please tell me I am not being a complete and utter div. Yes, I'm right, Croatia is in Europe. It's right near Italy.
There you go. I support Croatia every World Cup. I've probably already told the story, so I won't repeat it again. Instead, let's actually focus on the film and Kenai learning to love fish, as only a bear can love fish. Got my brother killed?
Yeah, went on a journey with an annoying little brother. Tried to kill my other brother as well.
Well, defended myself from my other brother.
True, yeah, it was self-defense. But he did lead him to being knocked off a cliff.
Okay, this whole thing is very charming and whimsical and twee, so I'm just waiting for the moment where the penny drops and we find out exactly what happened to Coda's mother.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, if you hadn't figured it out, come on, it's pretty obvious.
It took me a while to twig on initially when I first watched the film, I will admit.
Yeah, I mean, it's still an emotional gut punch, but it is pretty obvious when you're just like, yeah, that does make sense.
Oh, here we go. It is interesting how, oh, yeah, here we go. How the bears refer to the humans as the monsters, which I guess is kind of true. They're just following their instincts for the most part.
Exactly, and I mean, it's that whole thing of different perspectives.
At that point, Coda's mother was just protecting Coda from the hunters.
Exactly. And it's that whole thing of the way you see things, because obviously when we saw this event in the film, it was in that more squashed aspect ratio, everything was much more muted in colour, we had that more realistic art style, because we were seeing it from the human perspective.
Mm-hmm.
But now, everything's widened out. We are seeing it more from Coda's perspective, and it's much more terrifying.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, actually, that's a really effective way of presenting that twist. And obviously, Kenai's now just like, oh, shit.
I did it, didn't I? I killed his mom. Oh no, that's not Disney at all.
Yeah. Which, I mean, to be fair, is quite a departure for Disney, because I think that's probably the first time where a Disney hero has killed another Disney hero's mother.
Mm-hmm. Well, I wouldn't call Coda a Disney hero, but I get what you're trying to say.
Well, yeah, but another Disney protagonist. Or deuteragonist. And we're about to get another lovely Phil Collins song.
Oh, I remember Doug Walker bitching about this one in particular.
Oh, I know. I mean, I totally get the reason for the bitching about it, because it is another of those I'm gonna hit you over the head with the feeling of this scene.
Well, it's a criticism of all Phil Collins' Disney work, really.
Yeah. But that said, it's a very effective song.
Mm-hmm. Alright, Kenai, time to come clean through the use of music.
And also, I mean, to be fair, something like having the song, kind of, as it's going to not show the dialogue so much for the scene,
Mm-hmm.
it kind of shows that it's a very difficult conversation to have, and also it's quite private, almost.
Yeah.
It's like, it's something that it just needs to be Kenai and Coda, and that's where it needs to stay.
Snow starting to fall doesn't hurt either in terms of atmosphere.
Yeah, like, I'm pretty sure I remember watching this back a while ago, and actually tearing up, because I was just like, I know exactly what's coming, but it's still quite powerful. I mean, it's that whole thing of music really can affect your emotions.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, this song in particular is very manipulative in that. It's doing everything it can to make you teary-eyed.
Yep. Phil Collins basically explaining how the audience should feel right now.
Yeah, but then the thing is, it works. It fits. So it's one of those, yes, I can see that I'm being manipulated here, but I'm totally fine with being manipulated here.
It's a nice song as well. I'd probably say it's the best song of the film.
Oh, definitely. It's stunning. And actually, apparently it is classified as the theme from Brother Bear.
Huh.
Or the theme of Brother Bear. I don't know whether that's quite true, because I'd say that Look Through My Eyes, which plays during the credits, is more of a theme for Brother Bear. But who am I to argue with the soundtrack?
Yep. Oh, and Coda's scared of him now.
Well, wouldn't you be?
My adoptive brother killed my mum. Oh, it's classic Shakespearean tragedy.
Well, I mean, yeah.
If every character in Shakespeare was an animated talking bear, of course.
Yeah, and also you shifted a few things about. You might be able to get it to work.
Bastard.
I'm sorry. Like, I like my Shakespeare.
Well, you do.
That's probably why, deep down, I really do love The Lion King, because even when I watched it initially and I didn't realise it was Hamlet, because I was a kid, and I'd never read Hamlet, that's probably why I liked it, because I knew that I was eventually going to like Hamlet. But, yeah, we are pretty much just gonna race towards the end of the film now.
Pretty much, yeah. It's like, all the drama's out of the way. It's just now, will he reach the mountain in time or not? Oh, and Coda's already starting to follow him, because what other family does he have right now?
Exactly. And also, it's just like, he's grown to love Kenai as a brother. And it's just like, can I forgive? Because, obviously, you would expect that Kenai said something along the lines of, when I did what I did, I didn't realise what I was doing.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realise that I was killing your mother. I was trying to get revenge for the death of my brother.
Follow the eagle. It will show you the way. Haha, guidance and all that. Oh, this music, though.
Oh, hell yes.
God, the environments, I've said it before, I'll say it again, the environments in the movie are gorgeous. It's just I don't think the writing is as grand as the environments and the art direction
Pretty much.
is.
And really that is probably most of Brother Bear's problems. It's just like it's very good visually. Even the more animated look is fine. It's quite good. It's just that the writing lets everything down a bit. It's just not as tight. It tries to be really funny, and it's not like the jokes don't quite hit.
A lot of the jokes are just weird.
Yeah, and it tries to be very poignant. And while most of those scenes do have an impact, they're probably not on the same level as Mufasa's death or anything of that ilk. At this point, the Mooses actually do something kind of plot important.
They're moving the plot along. They're allowing Koda to move past his grief and see Kenai for the loving brother that he actually is.
Yeah, I mean, this is fascinating. Let's watch more.
Koda's fucking gone. He's pieced out.
Well, I mean, to be fair, wouldn't you? It's just like, for God's sake, guys, just be quiet.
Well, it's actually a good lesson about love in general, because what is love? Love is patience. Love is forgiveness. Love is empathy. Oh no, he's just there. Sorry, I thought he ran away from them.
But, well, I mean, the interesting thing is that obviously the film has multiple sets of brothers throughout it.
Mm-hmm.
Because you've got Kenai and his brothers, you've got Koda and Kenai, you've got the Mooses. I don't know whether the Rams were brothers, but obviously that's two males of the same species who are sort of like brothers.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know whether there were any others. I don't know whether the chipmunks at the start of the film were brothers, but that probably doesn't matter. But ultimately, you've got all these different perspectives on brotherhood.
Yeah, that's a point I never actually considered.
No, neither had I. And I think it just goes to show that there was a lot of thought put behind the film. It's just that more the issues were in execution rather than concept.
Speaking of execution, that was a dope transition for what seemed to be an eagle into Sitka.
Oh, hell yes.
Also, have I been calling this brother by the wrong name the entire film? I think I've been calling the dead brother Sitka.
No, the dead brother is Sitka.
Well, what did he just say to this dude then? Or was he just calling?
He was calling because he saw the eagle coming towards him.
Ah, okay.
So he thought it was Sitka.
Alright, sorry, I was just a bit confused about the direction though.
It's fine. But obviously, it's Denahi.
Okay. Well, let's get off stupid talk and talk a little bit about the sequel. Have you ever seen Brother Bear 2?
I certainly have seen it. I can't remember it very well, but I know that it's basically about Kenai getting a love interest.
Mm-hmm. So in that respect, it is The Hunchback of Notre Dame 2. But, it's a lot better than The Hunchback of Notre Dame 2. In fact, I would classify it as watchable.
Yeah, from what I remember, it basically is just, it's okay. It came pretty much just before they completely stopped doing Disney sequels.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, Denahi kinda just, maybe, nearly stabbed Kenai.
No, don't do that shit. Why my brother's always gotta be fighting? What is the extent of Sitka's powers at this point? Oh my god, he took his clothes.
Well, he didn't have any clothes because he was a bear.
Well, what happened to his original clothes then?
Well, they ripped off because he turned into a bear.
Oh. Yep, I'm a dream eagle lord now.
Uh-huh.
It's not enough that I get the best totem, I've also got the best spirit powers. Put it down. Put it down.
I have to say, this is also a very touching scene, and one that also got me quite teary-eyed.
Mm-hmm. Not many words, passed in this particular scene.
No, and to be fair, that's probably for the best.
Fucking Obi-Wan Kenobi over there giving out sheets and whatnot. I forget, did he tell Coda that he used to be a human?
I would have thought he probably told him when he was telling him his story.
Or just, no, I accidentally killed your mom the end.
Yeah, one of the two.
I'm sorry, Coda, but I can't understand a word you're saying, and it's pretty much the best day of my life.
Aw, don't be mean to little Coda.
And Sika's like, no, your debt is not yet repaid.
When we know his debt is repaid, he could stay as a human if he so chose.
Oh my god, this is the end of Hercules.
Yes. Yes, it is.
But instead of, choosing not to become a god and staying mortal, he's choosing not to return to becoming a human and staying as a bear.
Yeah.
Oh, the parallels.
I guess that kind of means that Brother Bear at the end of the day is really not that original at all.
Well, no, that's just me taking the piss, but it's a funny parallel all the same.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, this is the bit that made me start to go a little bit teary-eyed, shall we say.
Damn, man, you're set off a lot by, emotional stuff in films.
Well, it's more what's about to happen than anything.
Ah, my hand is huge now. I win!
It's this bloody piece of music.
Oh, I get it, Brother Bear. The title makes sense now.
Yeah. I believe this song is...
Oh.
Yeah, it was that. I was gone.
Yeah, well, at least Coda got to say goodbye.
Yes.
Well, got to go now, Coda. Spirit fish to eat, you understand. I love how Sika's an animorph now.
Wow, he's a spirit, he can do whatever the hell he likes.
Sorry, I don't mean to take the piss, it's a defense mechanism. You can't make me feel things, I'm dead inside and proud. So, Brother Bear, in less than 10 words, mate.
Fun film, not perfect, but still very lovely and interesting.
I would say, I'm not going to stick to 10 words, I can do it fast enough. I would say it's definitely a C-tier film. Brother Bear 2 is C- to Brother Bear C+, I guess. But if you've got little ones, I imagine they'll enjoy it. There's a few interesting bits here. But otherwise, it's kind of forgettable, emotional moments aside. And look at this shit. The first bear allowed into the colony, pretty much. Firstly, I wouldn't let my kids sit next to a bear cub, but I'm not this culture. And also I don't have a human turn into a bear to control that cub, so whatever.
Indeed.
This has been Brother Bear, and if you take any moral with you today, it's that don't fuck with spirits or else you'll turn into a bear.
Pretty much.
Thanks for watching, y'all. We'll see you next time for another Disneython 2 movie commentary. Goodbye for now.